South Jackson. And so we went out, as Leroy said, and purchased the old Belk building. Now, when we purchased the Belk building, the city said that it could only pay $8.42 per square foot in a marketplace where the typical prices right across the glass in the Metrocenter was $14 a square foot. And so we knew that $8.42 a square foot would not cash flow this bond deal. We knew that. And so we had a non-recourse loan through the Mississippi Business Finance Corporation. And so we had a negative cash flow in a project, and they gave us the opportunity to walk away from this project. At that point in time, we opted to try to assist. At that time, the mayor was Harvey Johnson, try and assist to creating a space where the city employees could come and would be affordable. Now, that was a bad business mistake. We should have not done that. We should have walked away at that time. We should have let the city do whatever it wants to do. Now, so we tried to do good. We tried to put in personal money, as Leroy said. We got well over $2 million of personal money in this project, not bond money, not finance money, but we put $2.5 million out of our pockets into this project to try to stabilize that part of town. Now, we didn't get any help. We didn't get any tax increment financing. We didn't get any tax deferment. We were paying $100,000 a month. $100,000 a year in taxes going back into the city and the county on a property that was not generating any revenue at all, and never once did the city offer or allow us to have the taxes deferred on this property, as you do so many times with other developers, folk that are coming through, trying to revitalize, trying to stabilize an area. We didn't get any of that. And so we realized at the same time that we were trying to stabilize this part of town, as Leroy said, with this ring road that all four tenants, including the city owns the building, the same size building that we do. It owns that building. It has the responsibility for the ring road as we have a responsibility. There were four anchor tenants. There was Sears, the City of Jackson, Retro Metro, and Burlington. Those four anchor tenants and the inside of the Metrocenter Mall was owned privately as well, had the responsibility for the ring road associated with that. We never got any help with that. And I'll just say to you, while I am totally dissatisfied at the condition of the Metrocenter, the Belk building in particular, we have done everything that we possibly could. Now, if the task is just too large, and if the event is just doomed to fail, if we can't get any support along the way, we could not get the CPI increase for the first 5 years, which was $94,000 from the city. We were told that we didn't ask for it in time, that the lease said you should have asked for it 30 days prior to it being due. Therefore, you will not get anything. We couldn't get the next $94,000 when it came due, and we made absolutely certain that the application and everything was put in place on time. We couldn't get paid that. If we had the $185,000 that was due to us at that time, then we could have fixed some of these things. if we had a increase in the rental rates from the ridiculously low 842, and that's our mistake, that was a bad business mistake. But the 842 was supposed to increase. The increase was never paid by the city. And so we continue to scramble and try to fix a problem by three individuals that's bigger than we are. And we're not getting any support to help and do that. We've gone to Jackson Public Schools. We asked them to consider moving in and taking some space. We've gone to Hines County. They all looked at it and said, don't nobody want to see the Metrocenter go down, but nobody touches and offers to do anything. Nobody says, we need to invest in South Jackson, that the city has a responsibility to increase its tax base, to keep the $100,000 moving, increase the rent rates when we got a situation here that we're close to. We don't get into that kind of support. And I dare say that it was a bad deal on our part when we went in it, and we don't get any help for it. And then all of the damages that come to us. Every time there's a crisis, here comes the National Guard. They are all up in the building. They tearing up the parking lot. All of the trucks are there. All of the disposals are there. Every time something bad happens, the city runs out there and utilizes the space, tears up the parking lot and the ring road, and never offers a dime to repair any of that. Then the garbage collection dispute came up. The city then put all of the garbage on its property, which is the building right next to us, and then we complain about rats and things of that nature. Well, what do we think we were going to get when we did that? And so, if I look, and you can say whatever you want, the building compared to the building that the city now owns is 10 times in better shape. You own a building that has marble, that was pristine, that has been, the glasses are out everywhere, and it's just deplorable. And then finally for me is this. We've had a lot of issues. What Leroy said, when the water pressure goes out. When the water pressure goes out, everything in the building is jeopardized. It burns up the motors, it burns up the chillers, the cooling tower is out of place, the air handler shut down. If I was out there last month and there was not enough water pressure in there to flush a commode. And all around South Jackson, when the water pressure goes out, these air conditioning units and these chillers are going to suffer all throughout the area. We have businesses that are having to close because they can't flush their commodes on that side of town. The pumps are out now. And so we have some issues and we have some problems, but it appears that we don't have any help. $8.42 is ridiculously low as a rent. We did that because we were trying to help the city because the mayor said he couldn't pay any more in his budget than he currently had at the medical mall. $14 was the going rate on the other side. So yeah, we're here. I'm sorry. I've lost a lot of credibility, a lot of relationships, a lot of friendships, but I did everything I possibly could do to try to make this old building be satisfactorily to work in. Now, if we aren't able to do that, and we just get to a point where, I don't have any more money to put into it. I don't have any more to put into it. If we can't get the help that we need, if we can't get paid the $94,000 the $184,000 that we're currently owed. If we can't get paid the due money that's on the increase in the rent that we've never gotten, if we can't get a rate increase off of the square footage price to assist with the problem, then we probably won't be able to fix this.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Garrett. Mr. Hartley.
Yes, Mr. Garrett.
Oh,
One more. Oh, attorney. Oh, I'm sorry.
let's let him when we ask questions.
Okay.